And that's a wrap, Jack. Concrete's down. It's been screeded, it's been laid. I think's the professional word for it, screeded. And then been troweled, about 4 runs with a trowel machine. And it came out pretty slick. It's actually my first time running a trowel machine. I hired this out just because we do sidewalk, stuff like that. Anything broom finish, but I've never did a slick finish, so I hired this out to a guy. And I told him when I hired it out, put me on that trowel machine. So I ran the wheels off that thing and feel pretty comfortable with it now. I know I ain't no pro by no means, but I think it turned out good. It's good and slick. We just wet it down. We'll come back and saw cut it and rip the forms off Friday. Morning, folks. We just stripped forms, and I just want to give you guys a little look at what we got here. We got her all slick finished. It's good and smooth. The concrete guy come back and cut the control joints in it on 10-foot intervals. So it's got 1, 2 that way and then 2 this way, so that it divided these pads up into 10 by 10s. If you look here on the edge, it came out real nice. You can see here, I think the concrete came out real smooth. I run that sawzall without a blade on that form as we was pouring. It knocks out most of the air bubbles. I'm sure there's something better for it, but from what we got, it works real good. Got all the form stripped. If you look, it comes from about 15, 16 inches here down to the pads, about 5 inches thick on this side, with a about 7 to 8 inch footer all the way around. So we got a good footer to drill and tap our walls into. Lumber's on its way. What concrete we had left, we just smoothed it out in that ditch. But I think it looks pretty good. The wood ain't here yet. I don't think it's gonna be here till like lunchtime, so we're gonna go on to another little job we got going on and work there a little bit. But we came to strip forms this morning. Thanks for watching. We'll be back either this evening or tomorrow. God bless you. See you later.
Way too. You hanging over about a 1/2 inch from there, Roy? Ow! That did not work.
Get your hammer.
Time again. His idea of key.
I'll turn around and mute you now.
Moving. It is. Come on, Roy. If you quit complaining, just hit the thing.
Hey! You holding?
A little bit, right there. So we got 3 of the walls built, and we're getting ready to start nailing together the 4th wall, which is where the garage's doors will be. You can see on these sides, we went ahead and sheeted it while it's down before we lifted it. We got to cut out for those window openings. You can see here, every other opening we put a wedge anchor in, 5.5 inch wedge anchor. So that goes about 4 inches down in the concrete. About 3 3/4 time you pull up a little. Maybe 3.5, something like that. But then you can see here we got this built. This is gonna be a doorway. We drove with some stakes and leveled it. We already got our double top plate on this back. And then once we get this front wall built, we can run our double top plate across there. That'll tie all the walls together, and then we'll just fill in our double top plate. You can look here. We're doing some work, getting ready to nail this wall together. You can see here we're going to pull this top plate down. What that does is tie these 2 walls together, because this will be nailed to this wall. These are screwed together down through here. This is nailed to full length, so it helps straighten and tie the walls together. Guys, it's been a long day, so you can see we left off. We run 4x8 sheets. We laid this out where that 2 9-foot doors, you'd have a 4-foot section, 4-foot section, 4-foot section. And then we just took 4x8 sheets up and down vertical, and then we'll run them horizontal across the top of those, and that'll lap 2 feet up onto that truss on the end. And that'll tie all that together. We did that on this end above those garage doors. You can see we got our house wrap on, our 2 window openings cut in and zip taped, flashing taped in. And I think it turned out pretty good. Show you guys this side. Cleaning up now. That's the back. There'll be a man door here, 36 by 80 man door, and then there'll be a 36 by 80 man door at the top. And there'll be a set of steps coming off, going down, and I'll probably put a little landing and turn the steps back this way, is what I'm thinking. Then you can look, this side over here don't have no windows or nothing in it. Just one 30-foot wall. But it turned out good. We're hoping trusses will be here tomorrow or Friday. Thank y'all for watching. God bless you. And I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. The trusses ain't came yet, so we gotta find something else to do. So guys, beautiful Monday morning here, Southeast Kentucky. And we got us a pull behind man lift here. And we're getting ready to set these trusses. They're Whopper of trusses. They're 2x10 on the bottom and 2x4 in between, and then 2x8 on top and 2x6 down the. They're two-piece truss too, so there's a little top truss over there that goes on top of these. But we're gonna give it a try and see what happens. What's up, folks? We've got 4 trusses set now, and we set the first one by hand by scooting it down, and we just set it up on this end with the man lift, but it about killed us. So we brought the lift in the garage and set it up. Now we're taking and reaching over the wall, grabbing it, picking it up, using a rope to keep it centered where we want it. And we've set, this will be the 4th one. It still takes like 30 minutes a piece, 20, 30 minutes a piece. So it's still not a fast process by no means, but it beats packing them, I can tell you that much. These are a 2-piece truss. So there's the top part. Say hello, Roy, to everybody on YouTube. Hello. Come on, Roy. Everybody that ain't met Roy, he works for me now. Been with us, I guess, what, close to 2 months now, ain't you, Roy? He's a fine fella. He's married to my first cousin. When he's asleep, yeah, he's a good guy. But you can see here we're using these spacers we got cut for 24-inch on center. Putting one towards the lower side on both sides. He's screwing the truss down. We'll come back and put hangers across the bottom of them. And then Roy is putting them on the top side. You can see the spacers up there. Boys, it's been hot today. We've got a lot done. I ain't videoed none. I'm pretty sorry about that. But so here's the door opening coming up this side. We got all this floor sheeted, all the trusses set. Started sheeting this outer wall. It's gonna be a window right there. We'll just sheet all the way up and then cut it out later. Sorry, that's the man lift. It's a noisy outfit. Now we're setting these are 2-piece trusses. So now we're setting this outside truss, that way we can run the sheeting all the way up. It's a heat advisory of, I think, 110 today, or 105, something like that, 110. So it's supposed to be like 95, 96, but you know, the heat advisory, they're giving to be around 110. And we're feeling it. It's hot, direct sun, and it's beating down hard. I don't see how you boys in Florida and down south do it. It gets over 90. It's hard for this big boy to make it. But we've got a lot done. It's looking real good. I'm excited. Can't wait till we get it done. Be another job. All this is just lateral bracing on the inside of that. So when they finish this room later, you won't see none of that. But that just laterally braces the trusses side to side. You can see we just got them randomly threw in there. Some people may cut them and make them look fancier and stuff, but it's going to be covered up anyway. It's a waste of time in my opinion. We had blocking in between every single rafter, and it just turned out good. Really think it's turned out awesome. This room, the specs on it are 12 foot by 30 foot. It's going to be a real big room. Be real nice. Appreciate y'all watching. We're going to get back to work. I can't really put the phone on time lapse or anything because it's so hot today, it just overheats. So I figure I'll bring y'all on, show you what we're doing, show you what we've got done. And they got the gutter boards on. So we've got a lot done today.
Johnathan, give me quick.
It's pouring the rain, guys. We've been fighting it all day. It's been hot all day, and then we get some rain, and it's ice cold, feels like. So Jim's up there trying to screw a couple last boards on. I just got off the man lift because that sky's looking pretty dark. You don't want to be on a big piece of metal when a storm's coming. It just rains for a few minutes and then it quits, so. Here's an aerial view. This is something we don't get to do very often. I don't have any drones or fancy equipment, but we did got a man lift rented right now, so. From the top looking down, this is what the top of the garage looks like. We got all of our fly rafters on yesterday, and we're going to start sheeting this roof today. Anytime you're dealing with rafters this big, they got a little bow in them. But what we'll do is we'll take our time and make sure we pull them to layout whenever we sheet it. And we got them on layout on the bottom, and they're on layout everywhere we got spacers. But say in this section, through here where it don't have no spacers, we have to make sure we pull that to layout. We got 2 sheets on, guys. It's slow moving on this roof where it's so steep, but we're getting it piece by piece. On the other side, we're using this man lift because we already got it on this side, but I think on the other side we'll set up some scaffolding. But it's looking good. It's Friday morning. Roy G's a few minutes late. Jim took off today, and I'm unloading the old work truck. I'm gonna set some scaffolding up on the back so we can sheet the back side. This side sheeted. I want to get some metal on this thing, get it in the dry. Then we got to do a pergola across the front, steps coming down out the back. Still a lot of work to do.
Hold what you got, boy. Hold what you got.
Give y'all a little bit of a walk around. We still got to finish house wrap up this side. We got all the metal on this side. Got us a rope hooked on that gutter board and stretched across. Coming together pretty good. New work truck, by the way. Good Lord, we've been looking for a work truck for a while, and this one got put in our path. It's already got a few little dents and dings on it, so it runs good. I think it looks pretty good. Be a good work truck for us. Hey guys, so it's Jonathan with GK Building, Red Bearded Builder here. You see behind me here, we just installed this window. And just gonna make a little short video. We're filming right now for this whole garage build, but I figured I'd make a short video just showing you guys how to install a new construction window. Jim's in the background unwrapping it there. Just a little rundown of what all we've got done today. As you can see, soffit all the way up and down. He's wrapping that bird box right now. Then we'll have the fascia metal up. Went ahead and screwed on them outside corners. Looking good. See here, fascia metal's done all the way down the back side. Soffit's done all the way down. What else? Windows in up there. Bird box looking nice. Fascia metal started here, both windows in. We did them a while ago. Well, before lunch. Both of them's in. We got to get up and do the ridge cap once we get the outside corner on this side. That way we can take our tie line off. Hopefully get most of this done today. We still got 2 doors to install. I don't know if we'll get them today or not. It's according to whether or not we can get Roy to do anything. I'm picking on you, Roy. Got to put that door in. And we got a door up there, but Roy's starting to set scaffolding up back here. And we still got a house wrap and everything back here. So we really ain't did much on this side. But we're getting it. Good afternoon, folks. Beautiful Wednesday here at the job site. And we got a lot going on. We're getting a lot done. Old Jim here, you can see he's got his outside corners on. J-channel on the bottom for a starter, J-channel on the top. And is that not some beautiful vinyl siding? Never used that. It's a premium Georgia Pacific, I believe, brand in a coastal blue color. And I mean, it's just really rigid, thick, beautiful. Most people know, but when you're nailing this, make sure you leave your nails loose. You don't want to nail them tight. As soon as it touches that vinyl, you want to stop hitting it. You can see here, he's got them loose. I can put my fingernail behind it. These got J-channel already made on these windows, so we can just run them tight into it. But it looks really, really good. Turning out nice. Back here, me and Roy's been working on. We got the ridge cap on the top this morning. Outside corners on. We just stuck a piece of fascia metal on. He's finishing the soffit down that side. We're gonna put a door in up there. He hit his finger. And we gotta do a little 4x4 landing in front of this door, and then steps will be coming down. Then we'll have a little landing and probably turn some steps down that way. But that's all still yet to come. Just figured I'd let you guys see what we was into. Where this garage has 10-foot ceilings, you can only get outside corners in a 10-foot stick. And we let our corner run all the way up to where it's hitting up there, so that's all cut out. So we had to piece these outside corners, but you just tuck the bottom one up under it, and the water comes down and over. Looks real nice, turned out real good. Still got to put a door in there. It's coming along. I was going to show you guys on the soffit what we do is to save on J channel. We just rip up like, you know, scrap boards we have left over and like 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch nailer. We chalk a line from top to bottom, and then we nail the soffit on the outside and on the inside, and then we run our J channel. We'll run it, the J channel for the siding. We'll run it tied up against it, and that's what gives your finished look. I'll show you right here. You can see here, see how that ain't a finished look here, but once you get the J channel ran tight up against it, that's what gives your finished look. And a lot of people will run F channel or J channel, but old man Jim said that's the way they do it all the time. We done it that way, and it looks real good. So, you can see here, this is how it looked completely finished. Fascia metal, soffit, and on the soffit we did vented solid, vented solid. That's just the look I like. Got a whole lot of vinyl put up. Got the new toolbox and the ladder rack on. The ladder rack makes it nice hauling that 16-foot lumber. Morning, folks. So we did a lot this morning already. You see under me here, we poured 2 little 12-inch by 12-inch piers for these posts to sit on. There'll be a little 4-foot by 4-foot deck out of this top door. Steps going down, and there'll be a landing there, and then steps turning back this way. And eventually what homeowners are going to do is pour a whole concrete patio between the house and the garage. And I just about lost my balance. So this little 4x4, and you know, to get a true 4x4, we had to cut 2 of these at 48 inches, 2 of them at 45, and that make it a true 4x4. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to get this up here, fasten it to the actual garage. I'm going to leave a 2-inch gap under the bottom of this seal. And that 2-inch gap will ensure us that we can fit a 1-inch decking board, and then there'll be a little gap, because you don't want it right up tight to the door. Some people do that, but all that is asking for trouble for water blowing in and stuff. Now we will take this, I technically may do a 3-inch gap. That'll be a 2-inch step down. That's probably what I'll do. And we don't want no chances of water getting in there, which we've done everything we can to seal this thing and to make it as waterproof as we possibly can. So we're going to continue with that. I mean, you can look at this door. We zip taped around the whole thing. Brought the zip tape out because you're not going to see the top of the door all the way here. We brought out about half the brick mold on the sides because the J channel will cover it. So we're doing everything we can to make it watertight. And we're going to continue to do that. But since that concrete's drying, we're going to go ahead and fasten this to the house. We cut us an angle on each end of these braces, and we'll just brace this deck back to the actual garage for now, and that'll hold it in place where we can go ahead and work on it. And go ahead and get it up. Get a few of the decking boards on it to get it squared. We got to finish putting 2 more boards in the center of it. Just want to give y'all a rundown of what's going on this morning though. Roy's already broke a sweat. Look at that, son. He's soaked already this morning. And both guys that work for me sweat a lot, and I don't sweat much, so I guess if you went by sweating, you would think I didn't work much, but you gotta have, every crew's gotta have a good set of brains on it. Let's get right with it, guys. All right, guys, you can see we've got this fastened. We got it evenly under that line we made. We brought it over 4 inches from this, that way it centered it over the opening. And one other thing. So we put those kickers down. We laid a level across, screwed that kicker with a 45-degree angle to the building. We leveled this and screwed it off. Did the same thing here. And now we'll get this square, we'll cut our decking boards. We'll pull this square and hold it. Well, we got to put in 2 more deck joists. and we'll flashing tape across the top of this ledger board. So we'll take zip tape and roll it down onto the top of this and roll it up on the house, and that'll keep water from getting between this ledger board and the actual garage. And then we'll run our zip tape. Gotta get more deck joists. We'll pull this square. We'll measure from corner to corner, make that match. And then after that, we should be able to put the decking on. We'll put like 4 or 5 decking boards on to hold it square. Then by after lunch, we should be able to set our posts. Morning, folks. So we about got the back finished. We gray. This is we got coastal blue. And if you look, transitions to a sagebrook green cedar shake vinyl, and stuff looks really good. It's hard to work with, it's hard to cut, but it looks good when it's on the wall. That's what the customer wanted. And you can see we about got this side finished. We got a little 4x4 landing, steps coming down into that 4x4 landing, and they'll turn out this way. But we about got it. Just figured I'd let y'all see what's going on. I'm cutting down here on the cut station. Roy's around front working. And Jim's nailing up. Morning, folks. So, let me clean that old camera off. Beautiful Wednesday morning. Go show y'all what we got done yesterday. Roy's in there using the table saw, so I'll try to talk kind of loud. But we got this backside finished. Coastal blue vinyl up to the top of the corners. And then we transition sagebrook green, I believe is what it is. Cedar shake vinyl. And that's the first time I've ever installed that cedar shake vinyl like that. And it's like crazy rubbery. It's like vinyl, but rubbery. Like it's real bendable. It's very hard to cut. We ended up switching to scoring lines on it with a knife and breaking it because, I mean, it just wire blisters all on your hands trying to cut it where it's so hard to cut. But we got all these steps set. We got our posts set and all of our stringers built and our steps built. So we're going to save the handrails. Jim will do the handrails tomorrow, which is hopefully going to be our last day here. So he should be able to do those tomorrow. Underneath these door seals, where the door seal sticks out a little, we cut a piece of treated lumber. And that one screwed to the concrete. We put one up under that one there too. I just like to do that on doors. And Jim's finishing up the fascia metal there. We was one piece of it short, so we got it this morning. Brought the flat trailer so we can load all the scaffolding up and clean this place up this evening. We got these 3 posts set yesterday. We set string lines and squared it. These posts are 1 foot. From the outside of the post is 1 foot past the inside of the garage door. And the reason for that is when they're swinging in and stuff, we wanted it to be well out of the way of the opening, so that you ain't gonna worry about hitting the post. And then that post is centered on that opening. That's centered at 24 inches on that opening. And that one's 1 foot past the inside. So this is gonna be a little pergola. So we went ahead and put our transition J channel on, popped the line from top of corner to top of corner, and put it on. And that way we can try to get us a that gave us a point to build all this pergola off of, because we know that we want it below that. So I'm gonna get up there and measure down about 2 1/4 inches on this side, 2 1/4 on this side, and we'll pop a line, and that'll be the top of my ledger band going across through there. Hopefully that all makes sense. I'll show you once we get that done. Then we'll have to figure out where we want to cut these posts off. We'll have to cut them off, and we still got a lot to do this morning. But we hope to get this pergola built this morning and get most of this vinyl up. And then tomorrow will be garage doors and handrails on the back and the metal on this pergola, because we have to order the metal today. And then just clean everything up and should be able to call it finished. Now we had some metal bent at 4 inches by 2 by 2, and that's going to cap the inside. That's going to cap this before we put a J-channel on, and that'll be that gray that matches the roof. It's the same color as the roof metal. But I figured just give you a rundown on what we're doing this morning. I'll show you real quick on this cedar shake vinyl. It's kind of hard to get engaged because you got a hook that hooks here on the middle and all these hooks that hook on the bottom. So you kind of got to put some pressure and slide that hook all together at once. And needless to say, it's no fun, but we're getting it. Our framework for the little covered pergola here off the front, we're using it to set our walkboards on. And we're going to do most of this right off of it. Morning, folks. So we're building this little pergola here. And you can see we sheathed the top of these little covered pergolas. We cut a nice little rafter tail. We built this garage. And when we got it up here, the sheeting up here, sheeting square from the factory, and their structure had moved on us a little bit. We took our braces off yesterday, and it was out of square. So in order to pull it back square, we needed to bring this rafter, so the outside of this structure this way 3/4 of an inch. And our trailer just so happened to be sitting in the perfect spot. So we just took a ratchet strap, wrapped it around that post, and we cranked it over till it's flush all the way up. And if you can see here, that brought us back square. And now we can run our sheeting out. Greatest part about eating lunch at a grocery store, which is also a Hunt Brothers Pizza, a full-blown deli that'll make you a sandwich, and they got a hot bar. Ooh. Afternoon, folks. We just got back from lunch a few minutes ago, and it's a mess behind me, but we're a work in progress. We clean up every evening before we leave, but it seems like by a little bit after lunch, we've just been going at it wide open, and everything gets train wrecked. All right, but I want to show you where we're at. We're going to try our best to finish today, even if we got to put in 10, 12-hour day. Roy came in loading the scaffolding up. We had to go to Perry Vinyl this morning, pick up metal for the little gazebo thingamajig pergola. We got in this morning. We laid these out on 32-inch centers. To me, that just looks good, and they're not structural. It's just for looks. Don't panic and act like it. You know, there ain't gonna be no snow load on a piece of 48-inch metal. I just put it that way. And we don't get much snow here. So don't go wild in the comment section. Or go wild, it don't matter. Care less. You see here, this just got a little bit out of square over the night after we took the braces off. We hooked a ratchet strap back to the trailer, cranked it over, squared it back up, sheeted it, put the metal on. We put us a piece of flat metal, a flashing up in there that goes behind the J-channel. I run some through the roof across it, just for double security, I guess you'd say. And we wrapped the, sorry for all the noise, we're working. Roy's putting hurricane ties on. We wrapped all the inside of this with gray metal to match the roof. And as you can see here, We just nailed on roofing tacks, and then we'll run a 2x6 all the way up here. 2x6 all the way up here. 2x6 between them, and that'll be what we mount our garage door to. And Roy's still beating on stuff. He's beating on everything in the world. What are you beating on, Roy? He's soaked. And his finger. He said he's beat his finger till it's got its own heartbeat. And we got all the stuff here for the handrails. And then we got spindles for the handrails. This is lumber for around the garage door. I did forget something. The only thing I forgot is the wiper seal that goes around the garage door. But I'm going to leave this trailer here till in the morning anyways. And it will, so when we come to pick it up and go to the next job, which is right up the road, we will put those wiper seals on. But it's going to be a late one to get it finished. The only thing we didn't quote in on this job was gutters. So they can just get some gutters. We got a gutter guy we use who does a real good job for us. Local guy. They do a good job. You can see here, there's the steps. Still got to do the handrails around them. So there's still stuff to be done. But we're working at it. We're just going to stay steady. It's about 1:30 right now. And I'm hoping by 6 we can have it done. Oh, one other thing. Front of the house, which this won't take but a few hours. It'll probably at least take a few hours. A couple hours. We got to do that gable on the front of that house. It never got done when they had the house built. So he added that in on it. So we got to do that. Maybe 8 o'clock. You never know. We're going to get done though. You can tell you're getting close to the end of a job when your trailer looks like this. That's a train wreck. Roy, get it straightened up though.
What's wrong, Roy?
Hey guys, Johnathan Sizemore here, Red Bearded Builder with GK Building. It's a mouthful, but man, what a day it is. It's a Friday evening, about 6, well, it's about after 6, close to 7, and we just finished, well, I just finished the biggest garage we built to date. Man, it about makes me emotional because God has been so good to us. Didn't know I was going to get like that, but anyway, God's been so good to us, and He's just poured out more work than we can handle. And when I first opened my business, going on 3 years ago, there were so many uncertainties, and I was so worried about so many things, but I just gave it to the Lord, and I knew the Lord was calling me to do this, and I enjoy carpentry work, and I enjoy being my own boss, and there's a lot of things that is a headache, but God has been good to us, and He's been so gracious to us. But I want to show you guys this garage, and sorry about all that, but it's just, I've been sitting here thinking, finishing this up by myself. Roy had to leave early, and Jim didn't work today. I was just thinking about how good God truly is, and how that He always has His hand of mercy on me and my family and on my life, and I want to give Him, never want to fail to give Him praise for that and give Him glory, and thank Him for everything He's done and everything He's going to do in my life. But that's my minute to preach and just tell you how good Jesus is. But let's show you this garage. I mean, is that not off the front of a magazine beautiful right there? Now he's going to get this driveway blacktopped. So we would have normally got some gravel hauled in, a couple tons, and we would have come around those posts and we'd have did the grade a little better and raked it in, but he's getting blacktop done, so they would have just had to take a lot of that out anyways. But ain't that beautiful? Coastal blue vinyl siding, Sagebrook cedar shakes vinyl on the top, that beautiful window up there, this covered pergola, And I mean, it's really just for looks, but it actually serves a great purpose. Imagine how much weather it's going to keep off those garage doors. They'll never have to worry about water puddling up or blowing in their garage door. I put the weather stripping on a while ago, but sometimes water still gets around that stuff. But with this covered pergola, never have to worry about it. It just turned out so good. It lets you see inside. We installed the garage doors today and cleaned up for hours now, felt like. He wanted to keep all this stuff that's left over to go through it. Oh, I'm out of breath. But there's the garage doors. We got them working great. I'll close these down, walk you guys out the man door out the back. I'll show you upstairs. Later on, when he gets power and stuff run out here, he's going to have some garage door openers installed. These are actually Clopay brand garage doors from Home Depot. Lowe's couldn't get them the size we needed for another month, so we had to go drive to Kingsport, Tennessee to pick up those from Home Depot. He's gonna, back here too, this will all be a concrete pad later on. So he'll bring the grate up to the top of that one there, and that'll be where his concrete pad goes. But let me step back and show you guys this. Here's this side. Beautiful set of steps going up. You're gonna get, I figure they'll probably get solar cap lights to go on these posts. Up. It's a long ways up here. Got a beautiful view of the mountains from up here. I think it's about 12 feet up here. And here's the upstairs. You can look, he's gonna finish all this. Probably some tongue and groove or something on the walls. Insulate it, tongue and groove. Got a window up here. Yeah. It's just been a good job. Turned out great. All right, there's that. We'll walk around the other side. Let's walk around here. 2 windows on this side. We got the trailer cleaned up. I mean, we're finished. Beautiful metal roof. But I was saying that we didn't get gutters quoted in on this job, so we got a great gutter guy we'll recommend to them. And if they want to get gutters, they can get gutters from him. Let's do the front view with the garage doors now. Beautiful. Just blessed. God is good. I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate all the subscribers. I'm just old hill jack from down in the mountains, out here trying to make a living for my family, trying to build beautiful stuff for people. And this has been a great job. I've truly enjoyed it. Can't wait to do another one. If you want one built and you don't care to wait, be on the wait list. We'll definitely build you one. We'll do a good job. We'll make sure it's done right. And when we leave the job site, it'll be just the way we found it. So many contractors anymore don't care about how the place looks when they get done. They just want that paycheck. But I take pride in my work. I take pride in what the job site looks like when I'm done. And I hope you guys can tell that by the videos, and I hope my customers see that and know that. And if I have to stay and do it myself, nobody else will do it. If nobody wants to work, this is a hard line of work. I'll do it myself, but I'm thankful God gives us strength to do that. Thankful for you viewers. Y'all have a great day. Let's get home to that wife and those babies. See you later.